20 years driving limos, Bob Groney thought he'd heard it all, but nothing like what he heard as he drove two people home from a concert at Red Rocks early Monday morning.
No, leave me alone. No, I don't want to do that. No, get away from me. Stay away. Quit touching me.
It was a 21-year-old woman fending off the advances, Douglas County investigators say, of Alan Calwait. Groney says Calwait wouldn't stop, so he tried to kick him out of the limo, but wound up on the losing end of a fistfight.
I have a dislocated shoulder. I have a broken nose. I have many stitches inside my mouth, outside here. My teeth are all broken.
Police arrested Calwait, charged him with felony assault. Bob Groney says he was just trying to do the right thing, defend a woman who couldn't defend herself.
If I knew what was going to happen to me, I would do exactly the same thing. You know, because I do believe that. I have daughters. No means no.
If Justin Sessions' life is an open book, the early chapters give no hint.
I always did really good in school, you know, for the most part, got good grades.
Of the darkness that follows. But it was right here, what used to be Muddy's Coffee downtown, that Justin Sessions' life took a dramatic turn for the worse. In this back alley here, 14 years old, Justin says his friend offered him meth for the first time. He snorted it and said he was hooked from that moment on.
Within 3 months, I was using it every day.
15 years old, Justin left school and home.
I thought it was Superman at first, and it covered all the depression, just all the negative feelings that I didn't want to feel.
By 16, he was busted selling drugs in Civic Center Park, and what started as a rush had become a downward spiral. As the next chapter of Justin's life got even darker.
Most I stayed up was 12 days on meth.
Straight,
yeah. Really bad suicidal thoughts. I would see things that weren't there. I would hear things that weren't there.
He was dealing meth to support his own habit, arrested 12 times by our count, living on the street or in prison.
I would use meth to go to sleep. I had to use meth to go to eat. You know, I had to use meth to do anything, just to feel normal.
He wasn't writing his own story anymore. The drug was in control.
My mom used to tell me she used to look in the obituaries every day just for some closure.
Rock bottom came October 2007 at the age of 29.
I had a syringe full of meth. I was really finally to the point to where, more than anything, I just did not want to do that load of meth. It was like literally like shaking, because I just wanted so bad more than anything not to do it. I ended up doing it anyways. I felt so bad about it that I got another syringe and I filled it full of bleach. And I tried to check out.
But Justin survived and finally reached out for help.
I've been sober 41 days.
Spending almost 8 months at the Salvation Army Rehab Center, just a few miles from the coffee shop where everything went wrong.
Through faith, you know, I have a newly kind of found I've acquired a higher power.
And a group of friends who weren't addicts.
I know I'm a success story.
Sessions has now started a program selling Salvation Army books on the internet, making almost $10,000 a month.
What's really cool is all the money that I make doing this goes to fund the rehab.
His life, he says, speaks volumes about the danger of even trying meth.
I went from a normal 14-year-old kid who thought about trying meth for the first time and ended up with 4 felonies and almost killing myself.
A life where he's looking forward to writing the next pages himself. If the chapter had a title, it might be Redemption.
I feel like I'm a miracle.
At a place in constant motion, time for a moment at the airport.
Proud to be an American.
Stood perfectly still.
These men gave it all.
Watching and waiting.
We thought it was just going to be the 3 of us.
For a perfectly timed homecoming. 65 years in the making.
Probably the proudest moment of my whole life.
Christy's father, Hugh Cumming, and 11 other Colorado World War II veterans taking a final trip to Iwo Jima for the 65th anniversary of the battle, where America raised the flag and they survived to tell of it.
They're finally getting thanked for the sacrifices they made.
But it was a triumphant return that almost didn't happen. As a charter plane backed out, Japan denied the event's entry, and even the military declined to help them fly from Okinawa, 800 miles to Iwo Jima.
Failure was not an option. We're not taking no for an answer.
Until Congressman Ed Perlmutter stepped in.
My office wasn't going to take no for an answer. The Marines were not going to leave you stranded on Okinawa.
The vets made it for the anniversary.
It goes to show you what America's like.
They touched the sand. They saw the surf. They climbed the mountain where they raised the flag, remembering everything.
All of us, when we got on the island, started thinking about things we'd forgotten.
And never once forgetting.
There's 6,872 guys who did not leave the island.
As we approached the island, I looked out the window and I just fell apart.
In a week or so, maybe I'll understand better.
There were reminders today that there will be new generations of soldiers, and the years will slowly claim the men that war could not. But at least for a moment, on Iwo Jima, time for these heroes stood still.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
Today was no ticker tape parade.
For a little old country boy, it ain't too bad.
But for them, it was enough.
They'll do it any way they can, and they did it for us over there.
And a reminder for the rest of us that we can never do enough.
They give their lives, they give everything for us, so we owe them at least this.
To really say thanks.
United States Marines, hurrah!